Izzeddin Al Derbani from Jordan takes on Siyovush Gulmamadov, contested across 3 5-minute rounds. Our referee, Mr. Blake Grice from the USA.
So this is going to be an interesting one. Did it go straight into the action, or is there a bit of a feeling out process? They've already done this before, so it'll be interesting.
Will psychologically the effect of that disqualification work adversely on Gulmamadov? Will he be watching what he does a little bit more closely, thinking about it twice? Is that going to be something that maybe affects his play here tonight? They look sharp, these two, and I have to say that Al Derbani, slight height advantage, but he's crouching in that guard, which kind of negs it out. They're very evenly matched physically, these two. And of course, Tajikistan produces very, very tough fighters. I mean, this guy's a campaigner. He really is, Gulmamadov. And took a win against Juarez Dia on a split decision, but now they get to it.
He shot straight in here, he's left his neck open. This is tight, Will.
Another guillotine. We're in submission territory now, and Al Derbani thinks that he might be able to put the pressure on, and he's absolutely lifting Gulmamadov off the ground here.
It's hard, maybe he needs to get this to the mat. It's hard to get as much pressure. He's doing the right job here, trying to lift his opponent off the floor. And you can see the grimacing on Gulmamadov's face here. But he's done a great job here to slam his man to the mat.
Lifted him up and took him down, and bang, he hit the mat there. Still got that lock on, and still got the guillotine, Al Derbani, and he's not letting go of that now. But, well, the Tajikistani fighter manages to break through, and it's down to the ground, and this is where the work starts.
Yeah, he managed to survive that early onslaught, but now he's found himself in mount in a really good position here. Izzeddin doing a great job trying to turn it. He's got to be careful not giving up his back.
There's the rear naked going in. Can he get it on? Hasn't quite got it. Has to give it up.
Yeah, it was a little bit loose. He lost 2 of his hooks there. You know, so yeah, again, like we said, there's no filling up process. They know each other so well, and they're going straight at it.
Well, we're seeing submission position to and fro here. I mean, to come from a guillotine, then to come and give up your back and then be in a rear naked. I mean, it's absolutely hell's a pop in here.
Yeah, we're seeing some great transitions already. Both of them going for the submission. You've got to be careful leaving his neck out here.
Yeah, he does. He's exposed that, but he's giving it up for the takedown. Gets the double legs, and down goes Al Derbani. And these boys are really working well. Both legs locked in there, and they're trying to push forward now, Gulmamadov.
Yeah, Izzeddin trying to clear his legs. He needs to get his legs out here to be able to get himself back to his feet. At the moment, his legs are keeping him down there. He needs to get his right leg up. He's doing a good job here. Got to be careful getting up. He's back to his feet. Great job by Izzeddin.
Al Derbani showing some great evasive skills there. It's all back to naught, and you couldn't put a cigarette paper between these two in terms of dominating this round. They've both gone swings and roundabouts here, one to the other. It's back in the upright, and we're going to see the boxing skills now. Good punches being thrown, but no. Gulmamadov goes straight down for the shoot, double leg takedown, and down goes Al Derbani. And you somehow wonder, the way that he's talking to his cornerman, that he prefers working from the ground, because he was happy to go. He didn't put up too much resistance.
Yeah, no, but he's when I've been watching him leading up to Phoenix 3, I saw him. He has really good stand-up, and he has really good jiu-jitsu from his back. Wrestling is one of the missing parts in his game for me, you know. But at the moment now, like I say, he's comfortable to work from his back because he has a very good armbar from bottom.
Great transition there from Gulmamadov. Comes off the wire, springs back on top of his man in half guard. And Al Derbani not too stressed by it all, controlling everything very nicely.
Yeah, the only problem with this, if you're good for working with your back, is okay, but you need to get the finish, because if you stay on your back for too long, the time slips away from you and the round can slip away from you. So this is what happened for Izzeddin now. I think the round's just slipping away from him.
Powerful there, Gulmamadov. He drives through. Al Derbani locks him in full guard, but driving through Gulmamadov and trying to get the hands free to drop some bombs in there.
Yeah, Izzeddin's got to try and control the posture a bit better here. He's doing a good job for him there, holding the back of his head. Gulmamadov he's just powering through things, just marching forward. He's trying to force in mount, trying to slip through as he gets the full mount. He's got full mount.
He's rampant, isn't he, when he drives through the legs there on the ground. A lot of power coming from Gulmamadov and a lot of transitions going through here. But now Al Derbani on top, being held in that open guard, and Gulmamadov has to work out from his back how he's going to deal with this. But we're on the 10-second clapper, so nothing meaningful now before the end of the round. But busy from both fighters. A lovely sign of respect there for Al Derbani, who helps his opponent up off the ground.
Yeah, no, basically that was a really good first round. You know, I mean, like I said, we didn't have no feeling in our process to go, went straight into the action. Gulmamadov, for me, edged it with his wrestling. You know, he managed to take Izzeddin down. Izzeddin, obviously, since their first outing, has gone away and had a lot of striking experience and won a lot of these fights via that way. So obviously, Gulmamadov knowing this, and he wanted to get the fight to the mat where he may believe he has the advantage.
Well, we just saw that first real bit of intense action, which was an ogoshi, a big hip throw, and almost a body slam. He went up so high from it, Gulmamadov. He'd been held there in that guillotine on the wire for such a long time. And I mean, at one point, the leverage was so much that Al Derbani was lifting Gulmamadov off the floor, but survived it. And, well, we saw transition to transition to transition. This really is kind of like a slow-mo demonstration of really good grappling at its best, isn't it?
Yeah, we have everything here. We've had some good stand-up, we had some good wrestling, with some takedowns, and we had some submission attempts. A great first round.
Well, incredibly enough, they both look lemon fresh going into this second round. Gulmamadov on his toes, Al Derbani looking fresh and focused. We go into 2 of a scheduled 3, maybe. We're going to see even more action, if that's possible, coming from these two. Certainly high-level skill practitioners here, and it's a real masterclass from both of them at this weight and as an undercard fight.
I think Izzeddin in this round needs to control his distance a little bit. He's letting Gulmamadov get on the inside and manage to get him down to the mat.
Referee Blake Grice not happy with the condition of the ring. A lot of energy expended, so it's very wet. Both fighters very slippery now. And that's referee making sure all is in order. And round 2. Oh! Well, where I come from, we call that an Ushiro Mawashigeri. Reverse spinning back kick. Gulmamadov showing confidence, but he's walked straight into a clinch there. Takes 2 good knee strikes. Now he's on the mat, up against the wire. And look at this, Al Derbani throwing some big bombs in from that position. Yeah. All back up, all back to square.
Yeah, I think Izzeddin must have got a little word from his cornerman saying, look, you need to pick up a little bit this round. And doing so, rightly so, doing a good job here, controlling this, not rushing in too much where he got took down. Good low kick here.
And as you rightly said, Brad, he needed to open up the throttle a bit, and he's certainly done that and imposed himself right from the get-go in this second round.
Yeah, you can see on his face, he's very focused. Looking at his shots, good feints, good low kick. Gulmamadov has got to be careful with that low kick. If you not checking a few of those, they're going to pay dividends in the third round. Izzeddin stalking his opponent. That leg kick finding a home.
A little bit more tentative from both players. Seeing a lovely slice of flash there from Gulmamadov. Confident enough to spin and throw that kick up on a reverse spinning heel. But back to some good straight boxing skills here. And yeah, the intensity has grown, but the action may be given away now to more accuracy. Certainly imposed himself early on, Al Derbani, in this round. Gulmamadov, well, looking to maybe try and make some inroads here and refreshen the referees and the judges' minds on what he's capable of. Good low kick.
This is where we will probably see the experience of Izzeddin now. He's gone away and he's been active. Now he's realised he had to change things up after the first round, and he's doing a great job.
Gulmamadov got some good kicks there. He's coming off a high kick there from his front lead leg. Yeah. Double stepping and feinting, coming in, having to make the distance. But Al Derbani keeping range. That's a great acquired skill. Just keeping out of where Gulmamadov can cause problems.
He's been doing a great job with his range, Izzeddin. Also, he recognising the spinning kicks, where obviously with the spinning kick, he's circling away from it, so he takes everything away from that spinning kick, you know. So, and you see him a couple times himself trying to set up his spinning kicks, because he has good spinning kicks too.
I have to say, we've seen the whole panoply of strikes available. There we go. That's the Oshiro Mawashigeri again. That's a naughty kick if it catches you. If it catches you on the arm, that can take one arm out of action. But if it catches you on the head, boom, bye-bye Pepsi Cola, hello only wine. And Gulmamadov confident enough to throw it, because you expose yourself when you start bringing in those kind of flashy moves. Up goes the high kick from Al Derbani as well. So he's just saying, yeah, you two can play that game.
Yeah, he needs to set it up a little bit better. He's just throwing it without no combinations first, so it's very easy for Izzeddin to read this. For me, the success of this round has been Izzeddin's low kick. You know, he's been finding the home of it, and you can see the damage and the redness on his leg already showing up.
So this has turned into a proper boxing match. No one rushing to go for the shoot. Quite happy to keep it in the upright. Oh, that's a thunderous low kick there, as you said, Brad. But it gave Gulmamadov the opportunity for that double leg shoot. He takes his man down, being held in guard, controlling from the top. But he's in a good position, Gulmamadov, because he's far enough up on the body of Al Derbani to try and maybe get some purchase here.
Yeah, Al Derbani's trying to control the posture here, but you know, Gulmamadov doing the right thing here, trying to keep forward pressure, trying to keep Izzeddin's back flat to the mat. But Izzeddin a good job using his underhook to get back to his feet, possibly. Yes, he does. Great job. He's got to watch out for the neck. He's going for his own slam.
A great bit of escapology there. And Gulmamadov just nearly on the end of a big, heavy hand there in that spinning back fist.
This round's nearly over, and for me, it's flown by. You know, this round. It's been a very action-packed round, and I think Izzeddin's done a great job here to change his game plan up. And for me, I think he's edging this round.
Just still happy to box here. Spinning back elbow. I mean, you know, it's great if it can work. That was a good position for the guillotine, but Al Derbani couldn't hold it. Up against the wire now, driven forward by Gulmamadov. That's the 10-second clapper.
Yeah, I think he might be struggling to get a takedown here, or is he? One last little final push, trying to put exclamation mark on the round. Good little takedown. Izzeddin using the underhook to reverse it. That's a good end to the round.
Yeah, that'll score nicely. Judges will like that effort right up until the end. Wow, well, it's thrills and spills here, and as you said, you could hardly believe it was the end of the second round. And we saw everything. We saw high front kicks, we saw spinning back kicks, spinning back fists.
Yeah, but for me, we saw the spinning back kicks, but Izzeddin is very aware of this. For me, this round, it was that low kick. He found the home of it, and you heard one of them was a thunderous low kick, and you heard it, but he gave up a takedown, as you see here. That's one of those things that he has to be aware of with that low kick. He needs to set up a little bit better.
Well, you know, in stand-up, that's the key to it. If you can knock those low kicks in 10 to the dozen, you immediately take away the power base of an opposition fighter. And over 3 rounds, that is going to, you know, deteriorate the output by 60–70%. So it's a good thing to have in the armory. And funny enough, it's outside of kickboxing, it's not something that you see an awful lot, because fighters spend a lot of time on the mat in MMA. But quite clearly, Al Derbani using it to his advantage.
Yeah, that's one thing with the low kick on the outside. You are very susceptible to getting taken down. So that's why there's new developed people doing the calf kick, where there's less risk of getting taken down. But he's doing a good job, isn't he?
So this is the first time we go to the third and final round in this, our third bout this evening at the Phoenix Fighting Championships for Dubai. Izzeddin Al Derbani takes on Siyovush Gulmamadov in this MMA featherweight 65.8 kilogram matchup. We reckon there's one apiece here. It's all to play for in this third and final. I'm Sensei Will Vanders Oos, and I'm ringside here with the legend that is Brad One Punch Pickett. We're calling the shots here, and this is the first time we've gone the distance here tonight. It's been thrills and spills all the way up until now. More to come.
Yeah, Izzeddin doing a good job here. Yeah, again, it's been a little bit of a tussle here for controlling the centre of the cage, but Izzeddin is just getting the right end of that. and now he's pressuring him forward, you know, maybe trying to look for a counter punch. But he's got to be careful getting in too close because of the spinning kicks by Gulmamadov.
Axe kick. Gulmamadov is suggesting very strongly to me that there's a karate background in there. That's too strong an influence we're seeing, and then coming from Tajikistan, something like Kyokushin would have been a style that would have appealed to them greatly. We're seeing those traits come through. You can tell a Muay Thai fighter, you can tell someone that's come from grappling, but we're seeing this is a very, very wide range of karate kicks that we're seeing. So interesting, thrown into the mix. Third and final round though, and we've got to see somebody edge it here.
Yeah, for me, Izzeddin just looking a little bit of the fresher of the two going into this third round, and he's putting the pressure on, which is very good in the judges' eyes. He's been aggressive here, coming forward, and also he's very, very intelligent. He's not coming forward being a bit overzealous, and because he's got to be careful with the takedown.
And actually, Gulmamadov has availed himself of that at every opportunity. Al Derbani, yeah, you're right, just keeping on the outside, making Gulmamadov do the work to come in. Gulmamadov using the ring well, but pushing himself out of range, having to make the ground up, and misses just short every time. But look, wants to go to the mat, goes for that single leg, doesn't quite pull it off, very well defended, good spread there from Al Derbani, and he backs his way out of it.
Yeah, he done a great job of stuffing the head there, using, defending that takedown, because in the first round he was getting taken down by those, and that's why the round slipped away from him. At the moment now, obviously, he's doing a better job of controlling the range and seeing the attacks coming, the spinning kicks and the takedowns, and defending them very well. And he come back with some really good counter strikes.
Well, it's so close. I mean, Brad and I are both in agreement here that this is one round apiece going into this third round. Arguably, you may see it differently, but we think it's all to play for here, and it's still too tight. I think the slightest edge here in this third and final round is going to take this, unless we see a showstopper and we take it out of the judge's hands. Look at the power here now. Is he going for the suplex? Down goes his man with a body slam. Boom! He hit the room. Al Derbani finds the strength from somewhere and puts Gulmamadov on his back. Gulmamadov now being held there. There's a lock on. Is this submission territory?
It was a great takedown, but he got a bit overzealous. He got a bit carried away and slammed down too hard, and with doing so, he left a bit too much space and ended up getting reversed, But it was still a great get his arms grabbed together, and he took Gulmamadov on an airline, but he's got to watch out for his neck here. He's leaving his neck out. Does a good job.
We were in a bit of a sticky spot there, and I have to say, Al Derbani just had enough sweat and grease to slip the head out, but that was a guillotine on with both legs locked on. We're coming up now to the last minute of round 3, the third and final. Gulmamadov defending from the ground in that open guard, and Al Derbani trying to get in on the inside. Soccer kick, well, that will ring a few bells as far as Al Derbani's concerned, but now they both know they're up against it, and we're seeing some real action here.
Yeah, they both know this round's up for grabs, and he's going back and forth. You will see Izzeddin now working from his back, maybe possibly trying to set up a triangle. Like I said, he's got good arm bars from his back, but he can't just stay here. He needs to work to get back to his feet, and it's been a very good round. We saw Gulmamadov going a little bit on Izzeddin Airlines with a really good thunderous takedown, but with that, he left a little bit too much space,
Well, it was really, really action-packed, but this time I thought Gulmamadov had an opportunity there with that lock-in underneath the arm. As he got the guillotine on, he's trying to roll his man over. Al Derbani escapes, but he's given up his back. Al Derbani now has to defend this. We've got 8 seconds left in the bout to go. Nothing meaningful now. It's going to go to judges' scorecards, and right up to the wire, on the wire, both fighters finish. But what an absolutely brilliant display of real grappling, stand-up, boxing, karate skills. We've seen the lot here tonight, Brad.
This is what it's all about. It is pure MMA, So we saw all aspects. We saw some stand-up, we saw some great takedowns, both guys slamming each other to the mat, and we saw some groundwork, some submission attempts, This is what Phoenix is doing here. He's bringing in the top MMA athletes from around the world.
So, just talking to our presenter, Mr. Grant Waterman. And as Brad pointed out, this was a really close outing. I just said to Grant, really, it's going to be a tough job for the judges on this. We see the action here. I mean, it was full of action. Looking at that, you'd think that Gulmamadov, well, would have suffered badly from the judges' scorecards, but he came back so strongly.
Yeah, for me, it was all about the story of this fight. It was different rounds. But for me, the imprint on this fight was that the success of the low kick would done a lot of damage. So, and also the aggression. This is what Air Izzeddin here. He got some air miles here, definitely. Good slam, but as you saw, too much space. Gulmamadov managed to get back to his feet, you know. So it's a close one. It could swing either way, but if it was me, if I was going to edge it, I'd say Izzeddin.
Right, well, you put it out on the wire there, I have to say, Brad. And you know what? In a contest that was so highly contested, with such great skills, visible skills, I mean, every transition was a slow motion picture frame. If you wanted to write a book about grappling and MMA, you could use every one of those shots. Hey, you can't, it's not allowed that. There's only one man can wear a hat like that. We'll have to go and sort him out.
He stole my hat.
It would be that. I mean, it was picture perfect. So, they really... Someone's got to win and someone's got to lose, but there are no losers in a bout like this. Great high-level MMA, and that's fantastic. That's what we want to see. Judges' scorecards, we don't know. Brad reckons that it's Al Derbani, but we're just about to find out. So the announcement about to be made. Well, we're still waiting maybe for the judges' scorecards to come in. And that's how close it was, despite the thrills and the spills. So, the Waterman about to make
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 fantastic rounds of Phoenix Fighting Championship action, we go to the judges' scorecards. And we have a unanimous decision in favor of your winner, from Jordan, Izzeddin Al Derbani!
Izzeddin Al Derbani takes the win! Unanimous decision! Look at the reaction, he's ecstatic with that result. I think a unanimous decision was maybe a little bit harsh as far as Gulmamadov was concerned, but this was the rematch. Gulmamadov disqualified in their previous outing, and well, a little bit of upset there in the corner of Gulmamadov. You'd understand why it was such a brilliantly contested fight. But listen, Brad, what's your take on it?
Yeah, I'm really happy for Izzeddin. You know, it's really, you know, to come back from a defeat like he did in his last fight. It's great to come back with a win.